Hello everyone. For this tutorial video, I'd like to talk about how heat transfers via conduction, which is the most simplest and straightforward method, as well as explain all of the relevant details and formulas for it. Conduction occurs as soon as two objects of different temperatures touch one another, and the hot object transfers heat to the cold object. Such as, if you ever carried a cold can of soda, you notice already that your hand gets colder as the soda gets warmer, although you generally do not notice that because the soda is too cold. There's a fairly well-known formula to predict the exact heat transfer via conduction, which is Q equals K times A times change in T all over D, where A means the cross-sectional area of the contact region, D means the thickness between the two spots in conduction, so D means distance. Change in T is change in temperature per usual, and K is a special property called the thermal conductivity, which is also determined on a case-by-case basis for every material. But a general rule of thumb is, if you know a material is a good conductor of electricity, like metal, then it is a good conductor of heat as well. And this should make intuitive sense somewhat, because when something is a good conductor of electricity, the electrons flow faster through it. And when something is a good conductor of heat, the atoms and molecules overall flow faster through it. So this should logically imply that if something is a good conductor of heat, it must also be a good conductor of electricity, because the electrons are part of the overall atoms and molecules. This formula explains not only the special property of thermal conductivity, but also explains that if you touch a cold marble floor with your full foot, it won't feel as bad as if you touch it with just your tippy toes. And this formula also makes it clear why you wear thick clothing in the winter months, because the thicker clothing conducts heat slower than thinner clothing, so it helps you stay warm better for the same exact temperature. Now that I've explained how conduction works, we can move on to the next, more complicated type of heat transfer, circulation, technically called convection. Don't forget to subscribe if you found this video informative, and make sure to see other tutorial videos, and follow me on either Facebook or Twitter for more content.